for a dinner recipe that is something like what your grandma used to cook, something that you feel like you just went to grandma's house and had dinner and now you're ready to go to bed, this is the recipe for you. I'm making some Swedish meatballs with some white rice and some steamed broccoli, and it happens to be one of my grandma's recipes. So watch the video so you can see how simple this recipe is. Recipe that my grandma used, and not sure where she got it from, but my aunt passed it down to me. And so I love cooking it, and my kids love eating it, more importantly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the side dishes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start making the meatballs. But some of the ingredients today are some breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, garlic powder. You're gonna need some beef consomme, that's gonna be in the sauce. And then also I add a little bit of the beef bouillon, and then Worcestershire sauce, some dried parsley, which I'm running so low on, and all the bulks are gone, the grocery store. And then one of the other main ingredients is cremini mushrooms. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this all together and show you how, and I hope you've been enjoying these cooking videos. So I'm gonna chop up some broccoli real quick. This is a Pampered Chef steamer that I bought, I think like 10 years ago. I use it all of the time for like the frozen green beans that I buy from Trader Joe's, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, just to try and hurry up and get it to cook, and then I'll finish it on the grill or on the skillet. So just a time saver, I love using it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the broccoli that's been washed and chopped in there, put it in the microwave for about 7 minutes, depending on how cooked you like your broccoli, and wash the cremini mushrooms next. All I do is just get a paper towel wet. Rachel Ray taught me how to do that. Don't ever wash your mushrooms because it makes them mushy. So just wash them off with a wet paper towel, kind of get the dirt off, and then I'm gonna chop them up also while starting my white rice. So how I cook the white rice is just a cup of water and a cup of chicken broth and a cup of the rice. So I'll put it on the skillet, cover it, leave it on low. So while the rice is cooking and the broccoli is cooking, I'm also multitasking with the meatballs. May sound like a lot of work, but it's really not, and it'll go quickly, so stay with me. Okay, so I have the rice cooking, I have the broccoli steaming in the microwave, so now I'm just gonna get my mushrooms ready. So again, you just wanna get a damp paper towel and just brush the dirt off. My kids hate mushrooms, but I'm gonna use them anyway. I just chop them up smaller and tell them they're not mushrooms. So I had a little bit of a filming glitch. Apparently thought it was recording this entire time I was doing all this, and it wasn't. So the last thing you saw me do was cut up some mushrooms. So in between, what I did was I took the 1.5 pounds of ground beef, I added in some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, and parsley. And I did about a tablespoon of each of those. And then I added in about a cup of plain breadcrumbs, and I keep those in the freezer to stay fresh, something I learned from Rachel Ray as well. And then I added in some Worcestershire sauce, I think that's how you say it, an egg, and then just a little splash of milk. At first I didn't add enough breadcrumbs, so you just kind of got to watch the consistency. I don't really measure anything, it's just, if it's too soupy, add some more breadcrumbs. And so I rolled those up into meatballs, put them on the skillet with some extra virgin olive oil, and then I added in the cremini mushrooms. I've added in a little butter since, still have it on low heat. Mushrooms are gonna turn a little bit of brown, that's what you're looking for. Add some caramelization to them. So don't try and speed up the cooking process on this, just leave it low and slow and let it do its thing. I'm just gonna wait. Rice is already done, broccoli is already done, so now I'm just waiting for the meatballs. So cheers to it already being Tuesday. I just flipped the meatballs. I cooked them for about 5 minutes on one side, and I turned them down a little bit, and now I'm gonna let them finish off. I will be adding them to the sauce after the sauce cooks for a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now is add in the beef broth to the sauce, along with the can of beef consomme, and a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up and make it nice and velvety. I don't want to add my salt and pepper to it just yet because I am adding in a lot of salt with the beef broth and the soup. I want to make sure I'm controlling that, and so I wouldn't add any salt and pepper until the very end on the sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it reduce by about half. So I'm going to turn it up, let it start to bubble and boil, and then as soon as I see it starting to reduce, then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and turn the heat way down and add in about 1/4 cup of water with a little, I guess, spoonful of cornstarch. Again, it's so hard to like talk about recipes because I just have trial and error, and so I will try and get better at measurements for you guys so that you can recreate the recipes. But again, it's super easy, very flavorful, just makes you feel good. Everybody likes rice, everybody likes meatballs. If you're not a red sauce fan, this is a great recipe to try. So dinner is done. It took about 40 minutes to make, and the gravy for the meatballs turned out beautifully. Mushrooms, onion, garlic, beautiful. So thanks for watching, and tomorrow stay tuned to see what I'm making next.